To update us on the latest, we're joined by our regular guest, host of Brad vs. Everyone podcast, Brad Polumbo. Brad, talk to me about these protests. How did they escalate so badly and how are they going to end?
Yeah, well, we have to wait and see how they end, but it's really concerning stuff. I mean, people have every right to disagree with Trump's immigration policies and protest peacefully, but some of what's happening in California has crossed the line into riots, has crossed the line into obstructing federal law enforcement, and those are obviously criminal things. You can't do that. You can't ransack 7-Elevens or light cars on fire because you disagree with the president's policies that, like it or not, federal law allows him to do to deport illegal immigrants, and he was very much elected to do. So we've got a bit of a standoff here between California and the Trump administration, and it could be a really precarious situation. I'm concerned about how it will play out. At some point, they may come directly to a head between Democratic local officials like LA Mayor Karen Bass or like Governor Gavin Newsom and Trump sending in federal authorities. But we've got to restore order and come to some sort of calm outcome here, because we can't have people rioting in the streets, and then we can't have the different branches of government like basically battling with each other. This is absolute chaos.
Yeah, it is. And we spoke at the top of the show about the feud between Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Who do you think is more damaged by this war of words? The president, the most powerful man, or the billionaire, the richest man?
No, they call him Teflon Don because he really can't take a hit. Nothing is going to take his shine off of him with his crowd and his people. So the loser of this war in terms of like public support, this war of words, will be Elon Musk. I can tell you that now. This won't end well for him. I think on some of the policy matters, I actually think he has some good points, but I think he crossed a line with a lot of people by making some really disturbing personal insinuations about Trump rather than just like disagreeing with the big bill or the tariffs or other things. And so that lost him a lot of support. But Elon, I think he thinks that Twitter is real life, and that because he has a lot of people who agree with him and worship everything he says on that website, that's representative of the real world. But it is most certainly not. In the real world, offline, MAGA is with Trump, and they like Elon, but only to the extent that he's in Trump's good graces and he's part of that. They are not going to turn against Trump because Elon does. That's not happening.
Well, I wonder if the Democrats will now start courting Elon Musk after demonising him for his involvement in Doge. Suddenly, Elon Musk may be flavour of the month again with the Dems. Hey, one more topic I want to ask you about, Brad. June, of course, is Pride Month in the USA, and I wanted to get your take on it because you wrote an article a couple of years back saying, "I'm gay, but I'll pass on Pride Week." And you tweeted this week that you stand by that article. In fact, you say that article about how being gay but giving Pride Week a miss has aged like fine wine. Just talk me through your feelings about Pride Week and where you feel it's gone wrong and what should happen moving forward.
Yeah, well, we actually do a whole month here. We do the whole month of June, and I think it's turned into a disaster that's counterproductive at this point. I mean, at least in big cities and big urban enclaves, you'll have people naked in the streets. You'll have fetish and kink displays as part of it, even sometimes when there are kids at the events. And that has nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me living my life, how I'll be happiest. And I don't support that. We've also had the Pride movement hijacked by left-wing politics. You'll go there and you'll find anti-Trump signs. You'll find anti-gun. You'll find pro-abortion, all sorts of stuff that, whatever your opinion on it, has nothing to do with being gay. And then, of course, you get to the issue of it being conflated with a very radical gender agenda. Like, listen, nothing about my rights or acceptance as a gay man should ever be tied to some of the radical things like medically transitioning kids or putting biologically male sex offenders in women's prisons, which they've done in California. So for me, it's a hard pass. I warned years ago that this overreach and this activism would lead to a backlash. And unfortunately, that's exactly what's playing out in American politics now. We can see it very clearly in the polling data.
We've only got just a few seconds left, Brad, but just quickly, when someone like yourself speaks out against the excesses of the Pride celebration, what's the response from the LGBTQ community back to you like?
Well, some people will quietly agree with you, actually, and they'll send you lots of messages saying, yeah, I agree. But very loud activist types will try to bully you into shutting up. But they don't know with me that that simply won't work.
Indeed. Brad, we always love having you on the program, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week.